Exclusive contracted novel by Feilu Novel Network. Martial Arts. Starting with the Immortal Sword, creating the Qingyun Gate, the Night Wind travels through the world of martial arts and becomes the contemporary leader of Qingyun Sect. The Mountain Gate is dilapidated, isolated and surrounded by strong enemies. As soon as the sect is about to be destroyed. Fortunately, the night breeze awakens the strongest Orthodox system. As long as you elevate your sect, you can obtain all the treasures of the heavens and all the realms. At the beginning, I drew the Zhu Xian Sword and Tai Chi Xian Qing Dao, and since then, I have been singing and advancing all the way. Years later, when the night breeze stands at the top of the heavens, looking back and looking around. Ha! Not a single one can fight. Feilu Novel Network reminds you that this novel and its characters are purely fictional. If there are any similarities, they are purely coincidental and should not be imitated. Commitment Letter. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Adhere to originality and eliminate non-compliant commitment letters. I, Yi Mabai, guarantee that the signed work belongs to my own original creation and strictly follow the Feilu Writers' Convention during the creation process. I adhere to originality and eliminate the following violations. If there are any violations, I am willing to bear all consequences arising from them. 1. Ensure that the signed work belongs to one's own original work and does not involve plagiarism or plot plagiarism in Chinese translation. 2. Ensure that no third-party works or plot are plagiarized during the creative process. 3. Ensure that this work is first published and the only contracted website on Feilu Novel Network. 3. Ensure compliance with laws and regulations during the creative process, including but not limited to, violations such as not involving politics, not involving pornography, gambling, drugs, promoting cults, not ghostwriting, not blocking or abolishing manuscripts, not hosting, not selling works or accounts, etc. 4. Ensure that regardless of the word count of the work, the signed work must complete the plot, never end, and never stop. Feilu's novel, Fei Wants You to Look Good. Chapter 1. Qingyun Mountains. Qingyun Gate. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 1. Qingyun Mountains. Qingyun Gate. Qingyun Mountain Range. Qingyun Gate. Back Mountain. Old man. I'm ready to leave. Don't blame me, I really have no choice. Night Wind stood in front of a solitary tomb, with a hint of desolation on his face, murmuring softly. 3 years ago, Night Wind suddenly arrived on the present-day continent of China due to an accident. This is a world that leaves the night breeze stunned. Shenzhou. Compared to the original blue planet, the continent of China is at least tens of times larger. On the mainland of China, there are also 7 major dynasties, including the Great Qin, Great Han, Great Sui, Great Tang, Great Song, Great Yuan, and Great Ming. In addition to these 7 major dynasties, there are also many other dynasties, such as Dali, Jin, Tubo, and so on. When I first learned this news, the night breeze couldn't say a word all day. He was scared. There's no way. In the perception of the night breeze, these imperial dynasties and dynasties should not appear in the same time and space at all. But now, they have miraculously appeared together on the continent of China. Before the night breeze could come to its senses, it discovered something even more shocking. Extraordinary power. On the continent of Shenzhou, there exists an extraordinary power that subverts the 3 views of the night breeze. And humans who possess this extraordinary power are called warriors by sentient beings. Compared to ordinary people, these warriors who possess extraordinary powers are the mainstream of the Shenzhou continent. Acquired martial artists, innate martial artists, Master Zhu Xian, Master Tian Xiang, and land immortals. Even those who have just entered the martial arts world have a high status in the hearts of the people. As for the most powerful warrior in the land immortal realm, he claims to be able to block thousands of troops alone, and even the emperor dare not easily offend him. This discovery excites the heart of Night Wind. After all, the night breeze was just an ordinary person before crossing over. The so-called extraordinary power has always existed only in fantasy. And now, this power that exists in fantasy has actually appeared. As a night breeze for travelers, it is impossible to remain indifferent. Good luck with the night breeze. Due to a benevolent act, Yifeng was taken in by an old man and accepted as a disciple. The old man's name is Gu Hongzi. He was a member of the Song dynasty and the leader of the Qingyun Sect in the Qingyun Mountains. In the mainland of China, there are very strict regulations on the hierarchical division of sections. Only above the innate realm can martial artists create or maintain a sect. And the sect with the presence of innate warriors is also known as the third-rate sect. A sect with the presence of Master Xuan and 3 innate warriors is called a second-rate sect. Within the sect, 3 Xuan masters and 1 Tianxiang Grand Master were born, known as the first-class sect. Only with the presence of land immortals and the cultivation of 3 great masters of celestial phenomena, is the top sect of the Shenzhou continent. Qingyun Gate is a third-rate sect of the Song dynasty. As the lonely Hongzi of the sect leader, his strength has even reached the innate 9th level. Just. Lonely Hongzi values fate. Before the night wind worshipped Qingyun Gate, there was only Gu Hongzi inside the entire Qingyun Gate. From this, it can also be seen how lonely Qingyun Gate is. Even so, being able to worship the Qingyun Gate, the night wind is still very satisfied. Because there is only one disciple like Yifeng. So, Gu Hongzi treats the night wind extremely well and wholeheartedly teaches the night wind cultivation. Unfortunately, the talent of the night breeze is very ordinary. Even though Gu Hongzi had no reservations, the night wind spent 3 years but still failed to reach the innate realm. Originally, Yifeng thought that perhaps his life could only be spent so plainly. But an accident happened a month ago. The master of the night wind, Gu Hongzi, was already old, and coupled with the failure to break through the Qingyun Xian Sect and being backfired, he drove directly to the west. After learning of the news of Gu Hongzi's departure to the west, other sects within the Qingyun Mountains rushed towards him one after another. For other sects in the Qingyun Mountains, they have long been tired of Qingyun Gate. The reason is very simple. Qingyun Mountain Range, Qingyun Gate. To some extent, the name Qingyun Gate seems to be declaring sovereignty. This naturally makes other sects within the Qingyun Mountains very unhappy. However, because of Gu Hongzi's strong strength, the other sects can only hold it in their hearts. Now, with the fall of Gu Hongzi, Qingyun Gate is left with only one posthumous warrior, Yifeng. In such a situation, they certainly hope that Qingyun Gate will completely disappear. However, perhaps because of these sects, they are concerned about their reputation in the Song dynasty. So, they didn't directly kill the night wind, but gave 2 choices. Alternatively, the night breeze can break through to the innate realm within a month and protect Qingyun Gate. Either, the night wind will dissolve Qingyun Gate and disappear into the Qingyun Mountains. However, the heart of night wind is very clear. These sects have only given themselves one choice from beginning to end. Breaking through to the innate, preserving the Qingyun Gate. Stop making trouble. Let's not talk about whether the night wind can break through yet. What if the night breeze really breaks through to the innate realm? The development between sects often leads to some friction. And those who detest Qingyun Gate will inevitably find an opportunity to destroy Qingyun Gate. It's good to say that the night breeze is selfish. It's good to say that the night wind is afraid of death. However, the night wind is not willing to die like this. So, the only choice for night wind is to announce the dissolution of Qingyun Gate as the leader and escape from Qingyun Mountains in a disheveled manner. Only in this way can the night breeze have a glimmer of vitality. Only in this way can night wind have the opportunity to rebuild Qingyun Gate and pass it on. Sigh. After a while, the night wind let out a heavy sigh, then turned around and walked towards the residence of Qingyun Gate. Ding! Detected a suitable host. The system is binding, please wait for the host. Suddenly, a cold voice appeared one after another in the mind of the night breeze. Night Wind's eyes widened and he froze in place. P.S. New book set sale. Begging for flowers. Seeking evaluation votes. Looking for a monthly pass. 1,000 flowers plus 1 watch. 100 review votes plus 1 update. 10 monthly tickets plus 1 change. A minimum of 10,000 words per day, with a maximum of 5 chapters added. Feilu's novel, Fei Wants You to Look Good. Chapter 2. The Conspiracy of Numerous Forces. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 2. The Conspiracy of Numerous Forces. Qingyun Mountain Range. System. I actually have a system. After several breaths, the night breeze finally regained its senses. After arriving in the mainland of China, Yi Feng also fantasized about whether he would have a system to be by his side. However, no matter how the night breeze tries, it has not found any shadow of the system. So, as early as 2 years ago, Yi Feng gave up this fanciful idea. I didn't expect it. The surprise came so suddenly. System. I really have a system now. At this moment, the night breeze couldn't help but evoke an excitement of laughing wildly in the sky. However, the night breeze forcibly endured and instead quickened its pace, walking towards the Qingyun Gate station. With the cultivation of the acquired realm, the night wind only took a stick of incense to return to Qingyun Gate from the back mountain. It is said to be the residence of Qingyun Gate, but in fact, it is a rudimentary Taoist temple. Apart from the Sanqing Hall, which enshrines Sanqing, there are only a few wooden houses left for people to live in, cook, and so on. Without any hesitation, Night Wind walked directly into the main hall and sealed all the doors and windows. After all this, the night breeze arrived at the center of the main hall and slowly sat on a cattail ball. Isn't it ready yet? The night breeze sitting on the futon can clearly perceive a special presence within its own body. This is the system that belongs to the night breeze itself. However, at this moment, the system is in a state where binding has not yet been completed. Qingyun Sect. The main hall. Yang Bin. Has that kid from Qingyun Gate made a decision yet? Li Feng sat in the main seat, holding a cup of tea in his hand, and asked lightly. He is the leader of the Qingyun Sect, and his strength has reached the 6th level of innate strength. Senior brother leader. According to the disciples' report, that kid is still staying in the Qingyun Sect. Upon hearing Li Feng's inquiry, Yang Bin smiled and answered softly. He is Li Feng's junior brother and another innate warrior of the Qingyun Sect besides Li Feng. Humph. You ungrateful guy. Li Feng snorted coldly, and a hint of coldness flashed in his eyes. For Qingyun Gate, Li Feng has long wanted to eradicate it. In fact, Li Feng did indeed do so. Unfortunately, Li Feng is not a match for Gu Hongzi at all, on the contrary, he was severely injured by Gu Hongzi. If it weren't for Gu Hongzi's mercy, I'm afraid Li Feng would have died long ago. However, Li Feng showed no gratitude for Gu Hongzi's mercy, but instead harbored a strong resentment towards him. So, after learning that Gu Hongzi had gone west, Li Feng immediately sought out the night wind and wanted to destroy Qingyun Gate. However, because all the other sects were present, Li Feng did not succeed smoothly. Senior brother. If that kid really disbands Qingyun Gate. So, are we really letting this kid leave? Yang Bin spoke again and asked Li Feng with some curiosity. Leaving? How could it be? That kid is the descendant of lonely Hongzi. And of course, the descendant of Gu Hongzi will go to accompany him. The moment he stepped out of the Qingyun Mountains, it was his death. Tiger Claw Gate. Master. That kid walked into the Sanqing Hall and never came out. It seems that he has made up his mind and is unwilling to disband Qingyun Gate. A middle-aged man in a brocade robe, with a smile on his face, said to the old man in front of him. He is an elder of the Tiger Claw sect, and his strength has reached the innate triple, exceptionally strong. Unfortunately. What a remarkable figure is Gu Hongzi, who has taught such a useless disciple. In order to save the face of the lonely Hongzi, I can only act on his behalf and send his disciples to see him. The old man, known as the sect leader, shook his head gently and spoke with compassion. However, what he said was filled with a cold killing intent. What the sect leader said is true. However, the inheritance of Gu Hongzi also has some merits. Why don't I catch that kid and ask about the inheritance before killing him? Qianshan Temple. There are still 3 days left. Isn't this little guy planning to leave? Upon hearing the report from the disciples in the temple, Taoist Yuhua remained silent for a moment and murmured softly. Qingyun Gate and Qianshan Temple both belong to the branches of Taoism. However, even if they belong to the same sect, there is still some friction between them. When the lonely Hongzi is still alive, Qianshan Temple naturally dare not be reckless. But now, with the fall of Gu Hongzi, the Taoist of Yuhua has not even paid attention to Qingyun Gate. Now he just wants to see the jokes of Qingyun Gate. In the eyes of Taoist Yuhua, Night Wind is just an acquired martial artist, and disbanding Qingyun Sect is the right choice. However, Yifeng never made a statement, but it was somewhat unexpected for Taoist Yuhua. It's okay. Just a dying person. Why bother the old Taoist? At the same time, the other sects within the Qingyun Mountains have also been paying attention to the actions of the Night Breeze. When they found out that the Night Breeze had entered the Sanqing Hall, they kept their doors closed and their mouths were full of ridicule. Although they are all very clear. Even if the Night Wind disbands the Qingyun Gate, the chance of surviving is still very slim. However, after disbanding Qingyun Gate, Night Wind at least has a glimmer of vitality. However, the Night Wind chose to hold on to the Qingyun Gate, which is undoubtedly seeking its own death. After all, this is the real world, not just a child's play. Numerous third-rate sects join forces to destroy Qingyun Sect. Even if the lonely Hongzi is resurrected, he may not be able to protect Qingyun Gate. P.S. New book set sale. Begging for flowers. Seeking evaluation votes. Looking for a monthly pass. 1,000 flowers plus 1 watch. 100 review votes plus 1 update. 10 monthly tickets plus 1 change. A minimum of 10,000 words per day, with a maximum of 5 chapters added. Feilu's novel, Fei Wants You to Look Good. Chapter 3. The Strongest Orthodox System. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 3. The Strongest Orthodox System. Qingyun Gate. Sanqing Hall. Time slowly passes by. Under the weight of the night breeze. A day has passed quickly. Ding. System binding completed. The strongest Orthodox system, it's great to serve the host. The cold sound of the system reappeared in the mind of Night Wind. System. Introduce your abilities. Upon hearing the cold voice, a joyful expression appeared on the face of Yifeng. During the waiting process of this day, Yifeng's originally excited mood has gradually calmed down. So, Night Breeze naturally doesn't want to waste time, just wants to know the power of the system as soon as possible and whether it can help oneself today. The name of this system is the Strongest Orthodox System. The responsibility of this system is to assist the host and create the most powerful lineage in the heavens and all worlds. And the ability of this system is to help the host obtain any treasure within the heavens and realms. As soon as the words of the Night Wind finished speaking, the sound of the system rang directly in the Night Wind's mind. The time for a stick of incense has passed. After a systematic explanation, Night Wind quickly understood the system's capabilities. In short, As long as the night wind develops and strengthens its own orthodox power. So, the night breeze can get a chance to win the lottery. As for the prize, it is all the treasures in the heavens and realms. Up to the innate treasure, the chaotic treasure, and even the extraordinary treasure of the Tao. From useless waste to ubiquitous weeds and so on. Everything is possible. Everything depends on the luck of the night wind itself. Exactly what I want. After the old man goes west, I will be the leader of Qingyun Sect. Whether it's for oneself or to receive rewards from the system. I will do my best to improve Qingyun Gate. The corner of the night breeze's mouth slightly raised, revealing a faint smile. Before the system appeared, although Night Wind was preparing to disband Qingyun Gate and escape. However, this does not mean a night breeze, and Qingyun Gate will not be rebuilt in the future. After all, no matter what, Qingyun Gate is always a place where the night wind becomes stronger, and its significance to the night wind is extraordinary. So, the responsibilities and capabilities of the system fully align with the idea of night wind. System. Is there any way for me to quickly become stronger? After a moment, Night Wind spoke again and asked the system. The night breeze has not been forgotten. In 2 days, it will be the final deadline of 1 month. Relying solely on the night breeze, of course, it is impossible to be strong enough to face the current difficulties within 2 days. But the system is different. Since the system wants to create its own strongest tradition. So, the system must be prepared. Ding. Considering that the host is too weak. This system grants the host 3 free lottery opportunities. The next moment. The sound of the system appeared in the mind of Night Wind. What are you waiting for? Start the lottery now. Yi Feng laughed and spoke without hesitation. Sure enough. The system really has a way to solve difficulties. Extracting prizes for host. Congratulations to the host, you have won a Zhu Xian Sword in your first lottery. Congratulations to the host, for the second prize draw, you have won 1 Great Dao Gold Pill. Congratulations to the host, for winning a part of Tai Chi Xian Qing Dao in the third lottery. The sound of the system keeps ringing in the night breeze's mind. However, as early as the first lottery draw, Night Wind was stunned. Zhu Xian Sword. That's the Immortal Sword. One of the 4 killing swords of the Qingyun Sect leader. Such a terrifying treasure, how could it be so easily drawn by oneself? Calm down. How vast is the vastness of all the heavens and all the realms. Among all the heavens and all the realms, there may not be no other Zhu Xian Sword. Calm down. This Zhu Xian Sword may not be the terrifying existence I imagined. The night breeze took a deep breath and forced itself to calm down. However, the slightly trembling body indicated that Yi Feng's mood at this moment was simply unable to calm down. System. Can you provide a detailed introduction to these treasures? After a while, Yi Feng spoke again and instructed the system. Buzz, as the words of the night wind fell, a transparent light instantly appeared before the eyes of the night wind. Zhu Xian Sword. Originating from the world of Zhu Xian, it is an ancient divine tool that opened heaven and was born in the first ray of light in the Hongmeng world. The Dao Jin Dan. Originating from a certain vast world, it can enhance the roots and understanding of cultivators, and transform their physical fitness. Tai Chi Xian Qing Dao. Originating from the world of killing immortals and originating from Taoist thought, it has 3 realms. Yuqing, Shangqing, and Tai Qing. Looking at the light curtain in front of me, the night breeze fell silent. Sure enough. Zhu Xian Sword is not the terrifying existence I imagined. It's okay. This Zhu Xian Sword is at least an ancient artifact of the Zhu Xian world. If you really give me a real Zhu Xian Sword, with my current cultivation level, I won't be able to motivate it. After a moment, Yi Feng shook his head and a relieved expression appeared on his face. The more powerful a treasure is, the stronger one's cultivation is needed to perfectly control it. The current night breeze is just a warrior in the acquired realm. Even the Zhu Xian Sword in the world of Zhu Xian is a treasure-like existence for the night wind. However, do I have such a connection with the world of Zhu Xian? Not only did he obtain the Zhu Xian Sword, but he also obtained the cultivation method of Qingyun Sect. Is it difficult or not? Is it because of the sect I belong to, also known as Qingyun Sect? P.S. New book set sale. Begging for flowers. Seeking evaluation votes. Looking for a monthly pass. 1,000 flowers plus 1 watch. 100 review votes plus 1 update. 10 monthly tickets plus 1 change. A minimum of 10,000 words per day, with a maximum of 5 chapters added. Feilu's novel, Fei Wants You to Look Good. Chapter 4. The Golden Elixir of the Great Way. Transformation. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 4. The Golden Elixir of the Great Way. Transformation. Sanqing Hall. Promulgate the main task. Upgrade Qingyun Sect to a second-rate sect. Task reward. 3 lucky draw opportunities. Failure penalty. None. Issue branch tasks. Solve the dilemma of Qingyun Gate and establish a foothold in the Qingyun Mountains. Task reward. 1 chance to draw a prize. Failure penalty. None. Issue branch tasks. Unify the Qingyun Mountains and completely control them. Task reward. 2 lucky draw opportunities. Failure penalty. None. Just as the night breeze sighed, I had a fate with the world of Zhu Xian. The sound of the system echoed one after another in the mind of Night Wind. Is it a task? Yi Feng was stunned for a moment and quickly regained consciousness. Night Wind was not too surprised by the system's issuance of tasks. After all, the task was already mentioned when the system introduced itself earlier. Tasks are divided into mainline tasks and side tasks. The main quest is unique, and there will be no other main quests until the main quest is completed. Branch tasks are repetitive, and the system can issue up to 3 branch tasks simultaneously. But whether it's a mainline mission or a side mission, there's one thing in common. After completing the task, Night Wind can receive rewards. After the mission failed, Night Wind will not be punished. It's precisely because of this. So, the Night Wind doesn't have much resistance to the tasks issued by the system. Moreover, the 3 tasks issued by the system at this moment happen to be exactly what Night Wind himself wants to do. System. Extract the Great Tao Golden Elixir from me. The Night Wind took a deep breath and then gave instructions to the system. To complete the tasks issued by the system, strong strength is essential. And the Great Tao Golden Elixir is the only one among the 3 treasures previously extracted by the Night Wind, which comes from the vast world. At the same time, the Golden Elixir of the Avenue is also the most needed treasure of the Night Breeze at this moment. The Dao Jin Dan. Originating from a certain vast world, it can enhance the roots and understanding of cultivators, and transform their physical fitness. Everyone knows their own business. The Night Wind is very clear about its roots and intelligence. Although not considered a fool, it has nothing to do with genius. Otherwise, under the full cultivation of Gu Hongzi, the Night Wind had already reached its innate state in these 3 years. Therefore, in the face of this treasure that can enhance one's roots and understanding, Night Wind cannot remain indifferent. Buzz, as the words of the night breeze fell, the space in front of me began to shake slightly. The next moment, a white stream of light rushed out of the space and directly fell into the hands of the night breeze. That is a pure white jade box, with various rare and exotic beasts carved around it, giving people an extremely precious feeling. Looking at the jade box in his hand, the corner of Night Wind's mouth slightly raised, and a hint of anticipation appeared in his eyes. Treasures like the Great Tao Golden Pill can definitely give one's talent a huge boost. With this idea in mind, the palm of the Night Wind moved and directly lifted the jade box in its hand. Buzz, as the jade box was lifted by the Night Wind, a strong and extremely fragrant elixir burst out of the box in an instant. Just by smelling the rich Dan fragrance, the night breeze felt relaxed all over, with a feeling of ethereal elegance. Good thing. The night breeze took a deep breath and praised excitedly. Subsequently, Yifeng didn't hesitate at all, he picked up the pill from the jade box and slowly put it into his mouth. The pill melts at the entrance. A gentle force fills every corner of the night breeze's body in an instant. This feeling is incredibly mysterious, and it gives the night breeze an inexplicable warmth. In this state, the night wind only held on for a few breaths before falling into a sweet dream. Buzz, at the same time. A dazzling light erupted from within the night breeze. When all the light dissipates, where else can you see the figure of the night breeze in the main hall? Only a pure white cocoon stands quietly in the main hall, emitting a mysterious aura at all times. Time slowly passes by. Quickly, half a day has passed. Click, a somewhat harsh sound sounded. I saw the cocoon of light enveloping the night breeze, and I don't know if it's suitable, but there's already a slight crack. And the appearance of this crack seems to excite this quiet cocoon of light. Click click, more and more cracks are constantly emerging on the cocoon of light. In just a few breaths, the huge surface of the cocoon of light was filled with cracks. Bomb, the next moment. The huge cocoon of light shattered with a loud bang. Countless fragments of cocoons of light exploded in mid-air, transforming into tiny starlight and dissipating into the void. At the same time, the night breeze sitting in the main hall slowly opened its eyes. At this moment, the night breeze is flowing with an inexplicable charm all over, adding a feeling of ethereal charm. System. What level has my roots and understanding reached now? After becoming familiar with his current body, Yifeng immediately spoke up and asked the system. Buzz, a transparent light curtain instantly appeared in front of the night breeze. Name. Night Wind, Cultivation. Congenital six-fold, root bone. 93, Tianjiao, Understanding. 95, Tianjiao, not bad, roots, bones, and understanding are both at the level of Tianjiao. My cultivation level has directly reached the innate 6th level. Looking at the light curtain in front of him, Yifeng's face showed a satisfied expression. For the improvement of cultivation, Night Wind is not a big surprise. There's no way. During the 3 years taught by Gu Hongzi, Yifeng actually took many treasures. It's just that the night breeze at that time had poor natural talent, which resulted in the medicinal power of these treasures not being completely refined. And the improvement of roots and understanding directly brought about earth-shattering changes in the night breeze. The current night breeze not only fully integrates everything taught by Gu Hongzi, but also fully integrates it. Even the medicinal powers that were originally immersed in the night wind were effortlessly refined by the night wind. P.S. New book set sale. Begging for flowers. Seeking evaluation votes. Looking for a monthly pass. 1,000 flowers plus 1 watch. 100 review votes plus 1 update. 10 monthly tickets plus 1 change. A minimum of 10,000 words per day, with a maximum of 5 chapters added. Feilu's novel, Fei Wants You to Look Good. Chapter 5. Tai Chi Xian Qing Dao. Everyone has their own ulterior motives. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 5. Tai Chi Xian Qing Dao. Everyone has their own ulterior motives. Sanqing Hall. The Tai Chi Xian Qing Dao has 3 major realms. Yuqing, Shangqing, and Taiqing. The first layer of the Jade Clear realm attracts qi, senses the spiritual energy of heaven and earth, and guides qi into the body to achieve the effect of health preservation, resulting in a longevity of 100 yuan. The second layer of qi refining in the jade clear realm opens up a lower elixir field, refining and introducing spiritual energy into the body, transforming qi into elemental essence, moistening the whole body, and achieving a longevity of 102 yuan. The third layer of the jade clear realm is the yuan qi, which refines essence and transforms qi. It uses the concept of Tai Chi's Xianqing Dao view, with the spirit as fire and the yuan essence as material. The night breeze sat on the cattail, contemplating the Tai Chi Xianqing Dao in its hand. For the night wind, whose roots and understanding have all reached the level of heavenly pride, Tai Chi Xianqing Dao is not profound. At least, the entire process of night wind enlightenment was very smooth. In just one stick of incense, the night breeze has memorized Tai Chi Xianqing Dao and gained some understanding of its own. It's still early. Tomorrow is the final deadline. Since that's the case, let's try practicing it. Qingyun Gate. Time slowly passes by. More and more martial artists from the sect are constantly gathering within the base of Qingyun Gate. The sect warriors who come here are all waiting very quietly. However, there was a hint of mockery on their faces. Obviously. Before they arrived here, they knew that the night breeze had entered the Sanqing Hall and there had been no news of it coming out. The reason why they did not immediately enter the Sanqing Hall is simply because they are still waiting for other sections. Finally, when the last sect rooted in the Qingyun Mountains also arrived at the Qingyun Gate residence. Everyone. According to the rules of mainland China. Only martial artists with innate realm can create or maintain a sect. And the old leader of Qingyun Sect, Gu Hongzi, has already gone west last month. Today's Qingyun Gate only has a night breeze of the acquired realm left. So, in my opinion, it's better to disband this Qingyun Gate today. What do you think? Li Feng, the leader of the Qishao sect, took the lead in launching a challenge and spoke to the numerous warriors around him. He has been waiting for the dissolution of Qingyun Gate for many years. So, of course he couldn't miss such a good opportunity. That's right. Qingyun Gate doesn't need to exist anymore. There's not even one innate warrior, why are you keeping it? As Li Feng spoke, many warriors present spoke in agreement. Some of them sincerely hope that Qingyun Gate will disappear, while others hold a mentality of watching the excitement. There's no way. Dissolving a sect is not something that can be encountered at any time. They certainly want to get involved in such things. On the contrary, some leaders of sects and factions stood silently in place without saying anything. Okay. Since that's the case. Now capture the night breeze and personally throw it out of the Qingyun Mountains. Seeing so many people agreeing with him, Li Feng's expression was extremely proud and he spoke without hesitation. Just finished speaking. Under the gaze of everyone, Li Feng took steps and walked straight towards the Sanqing Hall. Infinite Heavenly Sovereign. Suddenly, an old man wearing a Taoist robe instantly blocked Li Feng's path. Taoist Yuhua. What do you mean by this? Li Feng's face immediately turned ugly and he questioned the old man in front of him. Qishao Sect and Qianshan Temple are both sects of Qingyun Mountain Range. So, Li Feng naturally knows the Taoist of Yuhua. Master Li. Qingyun Gate is a branch of our Taoist school. Although Qingyun Gate is about to disband, Yi Feng is still a disciple of our Taoist school. Therefore, as a disciple of my Taoist school, I will naturally handle it, so I don't have to bother Master Li. The Taoist of Yuhua smiled calmly and explained softly to Li Feng. Of course he can't let the night breeze fall into Li Feng's hands. After all, Night Wind is the only one who has inherited the legacy of the lonely Hongzi. For the inheritance of Gu Hongzi, Taoist Yuhua is also very concerned. Master Yuhua's words are not accurate. Qingyun Gate is no longer here, so night wind is naturally not from Qingyun Gate anymore. Therefore, the night breeze can be considered as a casual practice at most, and has nothing to do with Taoism. As soon as Taoist Yuhua finished speaking, a man's voice came out from the crowd. Subsequently, a man in grey clothes slowly walked out of the crowd. He is the gate advocate of the Heavenly Sha sect, and his strength has reached the 7th level of innate strength. For Zhang Hai, he doesn't care if Qingyun Gate exists. What he cares about has always been the legacy of the lonely swan in the night wind. So, he couldn't let others take the night breeze away so easily. Master Zhang said, well. Taoist Yuhua, your reason doesn't hold water. Ah, a person without any sect or sect, what kind of person is he? The other warriors present immediately began to refute. In fact, most of the martial artists who come to the Qingyun Gate base are here to inherit the legacy of the lone Hongzi. There's no way. For warriors in the Shenzhou continent, powerful martial arts secrets have always been extremely precious. Lonely Hongzi, although he failed to challenge the realm of Master Xuan. However, the martial arts legacy he left behind is still immensely precious. After all, among the many warriors in the Qingyun Mountains, the strongest is just an innate realm. Everyone. Are you provoking me? Upon hearing everyone scolding, Taoist Yuhua's face turned black. Of course, he cannot go directly to anger all the warriors present. So, he directly moved out the tiger skin banner of Daomen. Daomen, no matter which dynasty they are in, are top-notch beings. He doesn't believe that these strongest and only third-rate sects dare to offend the Taoist sect. Sure enough. As the words of Taoist Yuhua fell, all the warriors present had a sudden change in their faces. Ha! Taoist Yuhua. What are you? Can you, or the Qianshan temple behind you, represent the Taoist sect? At this moment, the voice of a young man spread directly from within the Sanqing Hall to everyone's ears. P.S. New book set sale. Begging for flowers. Seeking evaluation votes. Looking for a monthly pass. 1,000 flowers plus 1 watch. 100 review votes plus 1 update. 10 monthly tickets plus 1 change. A minimum of 10,000 words per day, with a maximum of 5 chapters added. Feilu's novel, Fei Wants You to Look Good. Chapter 6. A mixture of shame and anger. Is this imperial swordsmanship? You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 6. A mixture of shame and anger. Is this imperial swordsmanship? Qingyun Gate. Zhiya, as the door slowly opened, the figure of a young man walked out. It's the night breeze. Although the night breeze has always stayed inside the Sanqing Hall. However, the night breeze is well aware of what happens in the Qingyun Gate station. Especially the words of everyone's debate are heard by the night wind without a word falling in their ears. Therefore, upon hearing that Taoist Yuhua shamelessly moved out of the door, Yifeng immediately began to mock. How dare you say it? This kid is really brave. Just a martial artist who dares to mock innate strength and seek death. Seeing the night breeze leave the Sanqing Hall, many martial artists present began to discuss. There are also some innate strong individuals who, with a theatrical gaze, look at the Taoist Yuhua with great interest. They all want to know what kind of reaction the Yuhua Taoist, who was mocked by the night wind, would make. Junior. Remember that you are also a person of Taoism. This time you speak wildly, I won't argue with you anymore. If you still want to survive, quickly pack up your things and meet me at Qianshan Temple. Watching the night breeze walk out of the Sanqing Hall, Taoist Yuhua's face looked a bit ugly and he spoke coldly. He is a master of innate realm, and even more so, the master of Qianshan Temple. And the night wind, this young generation, dares to humiliate themselves with words in front of many warriors. If it weren't for the inheritance of the lonely Hongzi, Taoist Yuhua would have taken action long ago and killed Yi Feng on the spot. Even so, Taoist Yuhua has made a decision in his heart. Once I have obtained the inheritance of the lone Hongzi. So, he must let the night wind know and dare to offend his own fate. Ha! It seems that I'm not wrong. Taoist Yuhua, you're really a bit shameless. It's clearly for the inheritance of my master, but I insist on saying such great righteousness. Just. Have you never thought of anything? Do you really deserve it? Upon hearing the words of Taoist Yuhua, Yi Feng smiled and shook his head, mercilessly mocking him. The inheritance of Gu Hongzi is left by Gu Hongzi to the night wind. Even without obtaining the system, the night wind cannot hand over the inheritance of the lone Hongzi to save their lives. And now the night breeze has gained a system, and its strength has undergone earth-shattering changes. So, night wind doesn't need to worry at all. What he says will offend Taoist Yuhua, and even all the martial artists present. After all, how could a dragon care about the anger of ants? Junior. You want to die. Once again mocked by the night wind, Taoist Yuhua couldn't help it anymore. If Yi Feng is not taught a lesson in public, wouldn't his Yuhua Taoist face be shameless? The next moment. With the burst of true qi in his body, Taoist Yuhua transformed into a remnant and headed straight towards the night wind to kill him. Anger returns to anger. But Taoist Yuhua did not lose his sanity. In the depths of his heart, he still remembers the inheritance of the lone Hongzi. I saw his fingers bend, like eagle claws, pointing straight at the arm of the night breeze. He wants to waste one arm of the night wind in front of many warriors. In this way, not only can he maintain the face of the Yuhua Taoist, but he can also teach Yi Feng a lesson and stand tall in front of many martial artists. Kill 3 birds with 1 stone. Many innate experts have seen the ideas of the Yuhua Taoist. However, no one chose to intervene, just watching the Taoist Yuhua kill towards the night wind. The reason is very simple. Who let behind the night breeze, there is no powerful support. Ha! However, looking at the Yuhua Taoist who was killing him, a hint of sarcasm flashed in Yi Feng's eyes. Shoo! A cold light flashed by. The Yuhua Taoist with a grim smile on his face felt like a flower in front of him. The next moment, a bloody arm shot up straight into the sky and finally hit the ground heavily. Ah! My hands! Intense pain struck, causing Taoist Yuhua to exclaim in pain in an instant. What's going on? What happened? Who was secretly taking action? He's so ruthless, I actually cut off the arm of Taoist Yuhua. The sudden change stunned all the warriors present. Even those experts with innate abilities have a look of doubt on their faces. Because none of them saw how the attack that severed the arm of the Yuhua Taoist appeared. Unfortunately, I'm a bit unfamiliar with the first time wielding a sword. Originally, I wanted to directly split you in half, but I didn't expect to. I just cut off one of your arms. At this moment, the sound of the night breeze suddenly rang in everyone's ears. In an instant, all the warriors present turned their gaze towards the night breeze. At this moment, the night breeze was standing quietly in place, with a regretful expression on its face. And in front of the night breeze, there was a long sword floating with a cold light, emitting a refreshing sword aura. Hiss, what kind of martial arts is this? Is this swordsmanship? Is there really swordsmanship? On the faces of all the warriors, a strong and shocking color appeared. Swordsmanship. For the warriors present, it is completely a legendary thing. But now, they have witnessed such a magical scene with their own eyes. This has stirred up a huge wave in the hearts of all warriors. However, soon, the shock on the faces of these warriors was replaced by endless greed. Night Wind, hand over the secret script of the imperial sword technique. Up, as long as we get the secret script of the imperial sword technique, we'll post it. Night Breeze, hand over the secret script, I promise not to harm your life. P.S. New book set sale. Begging for flowers. Seeking evaluation votes. Looking for a monthly pass. 1,000 flowers plus 1 watch. 100 review votes plus 1 update. 10 monthly tickets plus 1 change. A minimum of 10,000 words per day, with a maximum of 5 chapters added. 3 things to do when reading. Read, collect, and reward. Chapter 7. I never said that I am an acquired warrior. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 7. I never said that I am an acquired warrior. Qingyun Gate. Swordsmanship. Is this the true inheritance of Gu Hongzi? Taoist Yuhua covered his broken arm and greedily looked at the night breeze. At this moment, even the broken arm seems to have lost the pain it had before. As long as he can obtain the imperial sword technique, it doesn't matter if he breaks one arm, even if his hands are completely useless. After all, using the imperial sword technique doesn't require hands. What greed! Yi Feng stood in front of the Sanqing Hall, looking at the numerous martial artists still clamoring, as well as the greedy Yuhua Taoist. They seem to have not figured out their situation yet. The current situation is not that they cannot let go of the night breeze. But rather the night breeze, are you willing to let them have a way out? It's okay. Since I really want to use swordsmanship. So, come and get it. The night wind shook its head, unwilling to continue entanglement. The next moment, the long sword suspended in front of the night breeze instantly emitted a terrifying sword intent. With the thought of the night breeze moving, he headed straight towards the numerous warriors present. The Yuhua Taoist, who was closest to the night wind, didn't even react and was split in half by the long sword. I can't die anymore. And the long sword that killed the Taoist Yuhua, without any pause, instantly entered the midst of many warriors. Ah! Don't kill. Help. Help me. The speed of the long sword is too fast. In just a few breaths, dozens of warriors lay forever in a pool of blood. Faced with such a situation, all the warriors showed a frightened expression on their faces and quickly dispersed towards the surroundings. Some timid warriors even turn around and run, wanting to escape the Qingyun Gate station. Now they have finally come to their senses and just want to save their little life. As for the secret script of imperial swordsmanship. What is that? Is it important to have their lives? Don't be afraid, let's go together. He is just an acquired warrior. Even if you learn the art of imperial swordsmanship, what happens? To activate the imperial sword technique, a significant amount of consumption is necessary. I wait for hundreds of warriors here, even if it's energy consumption, it will kill him. As he watched the fleeing crowd, Li Feng's expression changed and he quickly started drinking loudly. He came to destroy Qingyun Gate and seize the inheritance of lonely Hongzi. Now, the night breeze has once again demonstrated the legendary swordsmanship. This made Li Feng's heart extremely hot. Even Li Feng knows that if he continues to stay here, he may also encounter unexpected situations. However, it is absolutely impossible for Li Feng to give up so easily. Therefore, Li Feng can only boost the morale of many warriors and attempt to create a glimmer of opportunity for himself. You're right. Even if the swordsmanship is so magical. This kid is just an acquired warrior. As long as we capture this kid, do we still need to fear his flying sword? An old man wearing a black robe had a cruel smile on his face. Subsequently, the black-robed old man rose up into the sky and headed straight towards the night wind in front of the Sanqing Hall. In the eyes of the black-robed old man, the night wind at this moment is wielding a flying sword, slaughtering the other warriors. This is my own opportunity. Just take control of the night breeze before the flying sword returns. So, the swordsmanship learned by the night wind must be in their own bag. How dare you? Stop it. Black-hearted Taoist, stop. Some innate martial artists quickly guessed the thoughts of the black-robed elder. So, as they watched the black-robed old man constantly approaching the night wind, a hint of anger flashed on their faces. They, unwilling to let the night breeze fall into the hands of the black-robed old man. Otherwise, they won't have the chance to obtain the sword-wielding technique from night wind. However, for the scolding of the other strong ones, the black-robed old man ignored them and showed no signs of stopping at all. People die for wealth, birds die for food. For warriors, powerful techniques are the lifeblood of life. He certainly cannot give up the soon-to-be-obtained imperial sword technique due to the threat of other warriors. Kid. Come over to this seat. After taking a breath, the black-robed old man came to the front of the night wind and without hesitation grabbed towards it. At this moment, he seemed to have seen the scene of learning swordsmanship and awe-inspiring the mainland of China. Death. Looking at the black-robed old man within reach, there was no change in the expression on Yi Feng's face. Raise your hand. Punch out. In an instant, a terrifying aura erupted from within the night wind's body. I saw a golden fist imprint converging and forming in an instant, directly hitting the old man in the black robe. What? The black-robed old man's pupils suddenly shrank. He had already sensed the terrifying power contained within the golden fist print. With his innate sevenfold cultivation, once hit by the golden fist seal, even if he doesn't die, he will be seriously injured. But the speed of the golden fist print is too fast. Even if the old man in the black robe has the intention to dodge, he is just powerless with a heart. Boom. The old man hit by the golden fist print, his clothes all over, exploded in mid-air. And the old man in the black robe himself, his blood spilled directly into the sky, and in the end, he smashed heavily on the ground in the distance. Zong. Grandmaster. Don't you? It's not an acquired realm. The black-robed old man lying on the ground tried his best, but he didn't say a complete sentence. Another innate powerhouse has been killed. Ha! I have never said that I only have an acquired realm. Looking at the dead old man in a black robe, the corner of Night Wind's mouth slightly raised, revealing a look of disdain. Then, the Night Wind's gaze turned to look at the numerous warriors who had already been frightened by him. This boring farce should also come to an end. Since you dare to cause trouble at Qingyun Gate, then leave your lives behind. The words have just finished. Driven by the night wind, the flying sword trembled and its speed suddenly increased several times, crazily harvesting the lives of a warrior. Run. Devil. Don't kill me. P.S. New book set sale. Begging for flowers. Seeking evaluation votes. Looking for a monthly pass. 1,000 flowers plus 1 watch. 100 review votes plus 1 update. 10 monthly tickets plus 1 change. A minimum of 10,000 words per day, with a maximum of 5 chapters added. 3 things to do when reading. Read, collect, and reward. Chapter 8. All Innocence. Branch task completed. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 8. All Innocence. Branch task completed. Qingyun Gate. System. The task of preserving Qingyun Gate should have been completed, right? Yi Feng stood in front of the Sanqing Hall, looking at the Qingyun Gate station covered in corpses, and murmured softly. In the state where the night wind's firepower is fully activated, these warriors who only have an innate realm at most cannot hold on. In just over 10 breaths, the night breeze completed a massacre. Especially those warriors with innate levels. All the innate warriors who came to Qingyun Gate, without exception, fell into a pool of blood. The reason is very simple. The night breeze still remembers clearly. The second branch task issued by the system needs to unify Qingyun Mountain Range with Qingyun Gate. And these innate martial artists are all experts in the sect. In this situation, the night breeze naturally cannot let them go back. On the contrary, it is those martial artists from the acquired realm who were not directly eliminated by the night wind. After all, the night breeze still needs some viewers to spread what happened today. Although night wind also knows that when what happens today is completely spread, he may end up with a reputation for being bloodthirsty. But it's okay. The night breeze is not even judged by unexpected people. He just wants to use today's events to establish a strong reputation for Qingyun Gate. In this way, if night breeze wants to develop Qingyun Gate in the future, it will also be easier. Congratulations to the host, completing the first side quest. The host now has an opportunity to draw a lottery. Should we draw now? The sound of the system quickly appeared in the mind of Night Wind. No. Let's smoke again in the future. Night Wind smiled and didn't choose to draw now. Almost all the experts in the Qingyun Mountains have been killed by the Night Wind. In not too long, the Night Wind can completely unify the Qingyun Mountains. Therefore, after completing the second branch task, it's not too late to draw lots together. By the way, system. What level of martial artist is my current cultivation equivalent to? After a moment, Night Wind spoke again and asked the system. After taking the Great Tao Golden Pill, the cultivation of Night Wind directly reaches the 6th level of innate cultivation. Subsequently, Night Wind began to practice Tai Chi Xian Qing Dao. However, during the process of practicing Tai Chi Xian Qing Dao, Yi Feng was surprised to discover something. His true Qi is constantly transforming into spiritual power, crazily elevating the realm of Tai Chi Xian Qing Dao. When all the true Qi of the Night Wind is transformed into spiritual power, the Night Wind's own realm has directly reached the 3rd layer of the Jade Clear realm. Yuan Qi. For such a situation, the Night Breeze is naturally very happy. Therefore, the night breeze can be clearly perceived, and spiritual power is much stronger than true Qi. With such thoughts in mind, Yi Feng couldn't help but work harder during his cultivation. Finally, before leaving the Sanqing Hall, the night breeze smoothly broke through and reached the 4th level of the Yuqing realm. Tong Mai. It is precisely because of this that the Night Wind can use the means of the Imperial Sword to eliminate these warriors who have come to Qingyun Gate. However, the Night Wind is not clear about which realm of its own strength is comparable to that of a warrior. Host. The Tai Chi Xian Qing Dao is a Taoist technique that is stronger than the martial arts of the mainland of China. The Jade Clear realm has a layer of Qi, perfect, comparable to the acquired martial artists of the Shenzhou continent, 9 levels. The 2nd level of Qi cultivation in the Jade Clear realm, perfect, is comparable to the innate 1st level, 5th level, of the Divine Continent. The 3 layers of Yuan Qi in the Yuqing realm, perfect, are comparable to the innate 6 layers, 9 layers, of the Shenzhou continent. The 4 layers of the Jade Clear realm are connected to the meridians, perfect, comparable to the 1 level, 5 levels, of the Divine Continent's Master Zhu Xian. The Jade Clear realm has 5 layers and 5 Qi, perfect, comparable to the 6 elements, 9 elements, of the Divine Continent's Master Zhu Xian. The Jade Clear realm has 6 levels of Huangting, perfect, comparable to the Heavenly Phenomenon Master of the Divine Continent, 5 levels. The 7 levels of Yuanhua, perfection, in Yuqing realm are comparable to the 6 levels, 9 levels, of the Great Master of Astronomy in the continent of China. The Jade Clear realm has 8 levels of agility, completeness, comparable to the land immortals of the Shenzhou continent, 5 levels. The Jade Clear realm has 9 layers and 3 flowers, perfect, comparable to the 6 layers, 9 layers, of land immortals in the mainland of China. And practicing Tai Chi Xian Qing Dao, as long as one reaches the realm of Shangqing, they will surpass the land gods. If the host wants detailed information, they can directly view their own property panel. The sound of the system quickly reappeared and explained to the night breeze. Is that so? Open my property panel. The night wind remained silent for a moment, digested everything the system had said, and then spoke up to command. Buzz, a transparent light instantly appeared before the eyes of the night breeze. Name: Night Wind, Cultivation. Yuqing Realm Level 4, referring to Xian Erzhong, Root Bone. 93, Tianjiao, Understanding. 95, Tianjiao, are you referring to Master Xian Erzhong? Looking at the information on the screen of light, a glimmer of light flashed through the eyes of the night wind. He just broke through to the 4th level of the Jade Clear Realm, and surprisingly jumped directly over Master Xuan. This makes Night Wind a bit confused about what's going on. I see. The power converted by the system refers to the power within the cultivator's body. A cultivator who has just broken through to the 4th level of the Jade Clear Realm does not have much spiritual power in his body, comparable to the 1st level of Master Zhu Xian. As they continue to cultivate, their spiritual power will also continue to improve, and in the end, they will be almost the same as the martial artists of Master Zhishuan's Wuchong. And my roots and intelligence are too strong. Therefore, even if I have just broken through to the 4th level of the Jade Clear Realm, the spiritual power in my body is enough to be comparable to Master Zhi Xian's double strength. The night breeze only took a few breaths to figure out the relationship between them. The so-called level conversion in the system simply converts the power within the body. However, the system is unable to calculate the methods of cultivators and so on. For example, cultivators on the 4th level of the Jade Clear Realm have a lifespan of 160 years and are capable of flying imperial weapons, and so on. These methods of cultivators are beyond the reach of warriors. However, this is only reasonable. After all, there are already significant differences between different cultivation systems. P.S. New book set sale. Begging for flowers. Seeking evaluation votes. Looking for a monthly pass. 1,000 flowers plus 1 watch. 100 review votes plus 1 update. 10 monthly tickets plus 1 change. A minimum of 10,000 words per day, with a maximum of 5 chapters added. 3 things to do when reading. Read, collect, and reward. Chapter 9. Many sects are starting to panic. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 9. Other sects are starting to panic. Qingyun Gate. Back Mountain. Old man. I'm coming to see you again. Qingyun Gate, I have saved it. And, in no time, I will promote Qingyun Gate. Yi Feng stood in front of Gu Hongzi's grave, with a faint smile on his face, whispering softly. After clearing the corpses inside the Qingyun Gate residence, the night wind made a simple adjustment and arrived at the back mountain. It's different from what happened 3 days ago. 3 days ago, Yi Feng came here to bid farewell to Gu Hongzi. However, with the arrival of the system, Night Wind has successfully solved the dilemma of Qingyun Gate. He came here just to inform Gu Hongzi about the situation of Qingyun Gate. Besides that, the night breeze is also waiting for an opportunity. The task issued by the system requires the night wind to unify the entire Qingyun Mountains. With the current strength of Night Wind, it can naturally be easily achieved. As long as these sect warriors are all killed, this system task will naturally be completed. However, Night Wind is not a bloodthirsty person. Otherwise, the night breeze cannot allow those martial artists from the acquired realm to escape smoothly from Qingyun Gate. According to the rules of mainland China, a sect without innate strength will not be recognized. And the previous move by the night wind has already killed all the innate powerhouses. In other words, within a month, if the other sects in the Qingyun Mountains fail to produce innate strength, so, this sect will be disbanded directly. By that time, even without the need for the night wind to take action, these warriors will naturally disappear within the Qingyun Mountains. At the same time, in this month, Night Wind can also improve its strength again. If a month later, those sects are unwilling to leave the Qingyun Mountains. So, with strong strength, Night Wind can easily solve them. Qishao Sect. What are you saying? Master has fallen. Even the elder died at Qingyun Gate. How could it be that you're lying, right? A young man dressed in brocade grabbed a somewhat disheveled man and shouted with a face full of madness. He is Li Yi, the young master of the Qishao sect, and also the only disciple of Li Feng. Over the years, thanks to Li Feng's favor, Li Yi can be said to have had a smooth sailing and held a high position in the Qishao sect. However, Li Yi was very clear in his heart that the reason why he had such a position was entirely due to his master. So, upon hearing the smile from the man in front of him, Li Yi naturally couldn't accept it. Xiao Zhongzhu. I really didn't lie. The night breeze of Qingyun Gate, he's not even a martial artist after all. He is a master, he is a master Zhu Xian who is even stronger than Lonely Hongzi. And his swordsmanship, he used it and directly killed the sect leader. The man caught by Li Yi looked at Li Yi with a crazy expression on his face and spoke trembling. He is already a timid person. So, when the night wind first strikes and slays numerous warriors, he secretly hid towards the back because he was too scared. It was precisely because of this that he successfully regained a small life and quickly fled back to the Qishao sect. How could it be possible? How could there be a master in Qingyun Gate? Master and elder, have they really fallen? As the man's words fell, many disciples within the Qishao sect began to discuss in panic. Don't misunderstand. They are not worried about Li Feng and others. But they live year-round within the Qingyun Mountains. So, they are all very clear about the rules of the Qingyun Mountains. If the two innate powerhouses of the Qishao sect all fall to the Qingyun Gate, so, these disciples of the Qishao sect will definitely not have any good fate. Blood Knife Gate. Tell me about it. What should we do next? An old man in black armor, with a hint of sadness on his face, said to the people in front of him. He is the second elder of the Blood Sword sect, and his strength has reached 9 levels the day after tomorrow. Meanwhile, he is also one of the personnel heading to Qingyun Gate. However, because he did not reach his innate state, he was not cared about by the night wind, leaving behind a small life. After returning to the Blood Knife sect, the old man immediately summoned the warriors from the Blood Knife sect who were above 7 levels the day after tomorrow. Subsequently, the old man slowly spoke up and fully explained what had happened at Qingyun Gate. Second Elder. The sect leader and the elder all died at Qingyun Gate. So, why not let Elder Heir become the leader of my Blood Sword sect? I believe that under the leadership of Elder Heir, our Blood Sword sect will definitely recover to its peak, even surpassing the past. A middle-aged man with a sly expression and mischievous eyes laughed and spoke up. He is already a subordinate of the second elder. So, upon learning that the sect leader and the elder had died, he immediately had this idea. In his opinion, as long as the second elder becomes the sect leader, so, he can rely on the relationship between the two elders to gain more benefits. Schwa. However, as the man's words fell, all the warriors of the Blood Sword sect turned their gaze towards this man. And on the faces of these warriors, there was a hint of shock on their faces, and their eyes revealed a strong sense of disbelief. Is he a fool? Is it really suitable to discuss the candidate for the sect leader in this situation now? You know. The sect leader and the elder all died at Qingyun Gate. Who knows if the night breeze from Qingyun Gate will come directly to kill the entire Blood Knife Gate? Are you an idiot? Before speaking, can you use your brain? Even the second elder who was recommended as the sect leader showed a hint of anger on his face. Indeed. He also wanted to become the leader of the Blood Knife sect in the past days. But now, he doesn't have such a mindset at all. After all, in a few days, the existence of the Blood Knife Gate is an unknown matter. The top priority is naturally to come up with a way to save lives. P.S. New book set sale. Begging for flowers. Seeking evaluation votes. Looking for a monthly pass. 1,000 flowers plus 1 watch. 100 review votes plus 1 update. 10 monthly tickets plus 1 change. A minimum of 10,000 words per day, with a maximum of 5 chapters added. 3 things to do when reading. Read, collect, and reward.